IPL Radio, inspiring passionate lives for the community.
Well, we're back and we've got the awakening Enchantress with us.
Well, hello there.
Hello, how are you?
Really good today. Thanks for having me on.
It's always a pleasure getting new people on and
It
just
is.
hearing their stories and much more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us about yourself.
Would you like to know who Awakening Enchantress actually is?
I think that's a good start.
I think it would be. Well, she's a character created by an artist. She is now a life force of her own, and she simply wants to wrap a big hug of unconditional love around Earth as humanity walks out of fear and moves into our new built world with a foundation of love. She was created on the very first day of 2019, and Awakening Enchantress was born as a cartoon character. Over the years, it's transformed, I should say, into the artist herself. And she expresses herself through an array of different artistic forms, such as channeled writing, speech, singing, poems, and dance. The artist who created her, which, if you haven't guessed, is me. Now that it's 2022, I feel comfortable enough to stepping into this role as Awakening Enchantress and to let go of all my old beliefs and limited belief patterns and fears. And I'm basically just trying to step into this role and realise that Awakening Enchantress is nothing more than my higher self, and I'm just kind of following where this leads me.
Oh Sounds awesome.
Doesn't that sound amazing? So if I get this right...
It sounds very spiritual, but
yeah. Very organic.
Well, we're all organic, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. So it sounds like you started with basically a cartoon, and then that cartoon took on some form and some characteristics and built. And really, that cartoon was really you, and you've discovered that now, it seems. Does that sound about right?
Pretty much summed it up.
Yeah,
it's something that, like, I've always been somebody who's had a lot of stage fright and been shy, always been in the background and behind other things. So this is the year where I'm sick of hiding in the shadows, and I just want to just feel I can bring a little bit of joy and love into other people's hearts. So
would you say that the character has increased your confidence and ability to stand up and be uniquely you?
I think so. I think in one way, because I am an artist on many different levels, it's you know what an actor would do. You know, they put on a
mask
step
kind of thing.
step into a role, and for me, I find it a lot more comfortable, and it's just something that just gives me a bit more confidence.
And is the Enchantress, is she the one that does the kids' entertainment, or is that another thing?
No, what you're referring to, I do. Sea Stories is a children's entertainment thing, and I'm Princess Starfish, and there's a Prince Seaweed in that. That's a thing we're starting up in Western Australia, but this is a completely separate
it's a different project
altogether. And this project has a lot of different forms to it.
Do you want to tell us a bit about the project?
Yeah. So the project itself, there's numerous reasons why I'm going to be doing this, but the main reason is just to basically create a fun way to shine light on global mental health issues. So it's quite common that people feel that their voices are not heard in our world around them, and due to this, people feel isolated with their built-up emotions inside of them with no place to express them. The main essence of this project is to encourage people to be brave enough to start singing out loud with full emotions at home. Next step, the project itself is actually called Awakening Enchantress Shower Singing Tsunami.
Now I have to know more. I have to know more.
Sounds like a huge waterfall to me.
Yeah. It's definitely attention-grabbing headline, isn't it?
It's got that.
Tsunami.
So one of the main things is what we're going to do is try to encourage everyday people to step through any fears they have about allowing others to see their raw emotions. And we're going to slowly encourage people to start videoing themselves singing to their songs that touch their heart. And if you video it and put it on social media, the main idea is to basically try to wash away the superficial crust that's all over social media at the moment and replace it with something more raw and meaningful. So the vision of a shower singing tsunami comes from the idea of just having lots of very brave people all over, you know, being a bit vulnerable, singing to the song that they really love and posting on social media. But if they do, what we're asking is for them to just also put a link to a charity close to their heart to go with it. So not only are people being vulnerable and being raw and showing a side of themselves, but it also gives them a reason to also raise money for something which that actually means something to them as well. So that's part of the project, the main essence of the project.
So what's your song?
Well, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually going to be creating a album. And the album itself was also going to be called Awakening Enchantress Shower Singing Tsunami. Now, I've got very lucky that local here in Rockingham, we have a very awesome recording studio that goes by the name of Little Rascals Records. And they've taken on my project. And so we're going to create an album which is majority covers. But with all the covers, we're going to try to... in the very beginning of it, you'll hear just a little bit of water, like sounding as if someone's singing in the shower, and then it's going to be the cover. We're doing them all differently, so it's a whole different range of different genres. But every single song on there, it would actually have that faint sound of shower in the background, so the listener will kind of think that they're kind of listening into someone singing in the shower, as opposed to...
You have that echo effect too, like you get that sound acoustics in the shower is always great.
Oh, that's so true.
That's why everyone thinks they sing greatly in the shower.
well, when I tried to pitch this to the record label, I was like, oh, you know, I've got some ideas, and like one of them is like, you know, you just record some shower sounds over the top. Or the other one is we could just do it live in a bathroom with really awesome like recording. So anything's possible, and yeah, we're gonna play around with how we do get the effect. But on the album,
You can have the bucket effect too, you know.
Oh, what's that?
A bucket full of water. And just throw it on the singer when they're singing.
Oh, please don't tell anyone now. I actually could add an ice factor and get some water. It's like it. But yeah, on the album as well, we're going to do one original song from Awakening Enchantress too. So it's an exciting project, but it's all just it's all starting up, and it's just here we are getting it in motion.
Now, you're doing a lot of we's. So does that mean you've got some other people behind and supporting you as well?
I do. So obviously I've got Brett from Little Rascal Records. I mean, I can't do this without having anyone wanting to work with me on it. And then we've got in mind of actually bringing in like local West Australian like musicians to collaborate, and so we can actually make it more of a community project as we go along. So we've got a lot of different ideas. So there's a few in the we's, but I'm not going to say names at this point in time.
No, fair call. So I'm interested to know, where did this start from? And I know we talked about the cartoon, but what's the motivation behind this? Because you seem very passionate about it. So where does this come from?
Okay, well, for me, I've been studying. I discovered a place called the Awakened Academy back in 2018 actually. So they're a beautiful couple that run it from Hawaii, and what the Awakening Academy have, they just basically teach people all their life work of how to see things from different perspectives. And by doing all that kind of work, it's made me see things from numerous perspectives. And all I want to do now is help others to try to be able to do the same. So there's nothing more to it than I can just see when people are a bit stuck, and if I can do anything to at least get their ball rolling on their journey to happiness or whatever we're after in this world, then that's all this is really inspired from.
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
Great work.
How many songs are you looking at having on the album?
We've decided 8 sounds like a good number.
Yeah.
So we'll have 7 covers and my original, but yeah, we're narrowing it down, the fun part, but yeah.
Is there any particular stipulation about the types of music, or?
Yeah, the songs for this particular one, we wanted to do things that really go deep and touch into people's hearts, as well as really inspire people to be like the very best of who they can be. So it's just going to be very empowering, but also, you know, some songs which are deliberately emotional as well, because at the end of the day, you know, our heart is where it touches. Is we have to kind of feel those sad emotions to release them before we can really allow love to flow through, and some people don't really understand that too. So it's I've got a lot of things I feel I'd love to teach people over time, and you know, this is just one project to do that.
Just the beginning.
Look, I've been asked all my life, why do you write songs? Why do you sing them? Why, you know? Okay, I just want to connect
Mm.
with people, and if I felt like that, if one person can connect, that'll be great. Now, I don't really want to go ballistic in the record, the sales, but if it could, that would be great. But it doesn't. I've never been paid by my record labels, and I've had 2 albums out. But that's another story. But always try and connect with people, and even one, if he connects, if they connect, that would be great. And you told us that you write poetry as well. I'm really intrigued to hear something, if you don't mind.
Do you have anything to read?
Do you have
out at all?
anything?
I do. The thing with my writing though is, for the last 10 years or so, I do channel writing. So for those who don't know what that is, it's like I get an inspired thought, so I grab a pen and I just start writing. And then when I read it back, it feels like I'm reading it for the first time. I think my longest stint once, I actually did it for 10 hours. I had my hands all cramped, like from holding the pen. And yeah, it's just something that has always been in the background. I've never had poems come through. And I had on last year on the 6th of July, I had 2 poems come through. And I know when they're coming through because I just got a title. And the very first one that came through, I heard like it was said, blinded by your beliefs. And instantly I'm like, okay, something's coming through. I thought it was just going to be my normal writing. It's another chapter because I'm actually writing a book. Well, the channeling's writing a book. That's something down the road a bit. But yeah, I'll read this one.
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay. So, blinded by your beliefs. I can see you. You believe your thoughts to be true. I'm on earth to help you. So this is what we'll do. Have you ever stopped to feel the pain of what is real? Are you just too focused on your next deal or busy looking to find a meal? It is okay to cry. It is okay to scream. It is okay to hate while you're letting off steam. Sorrow doesn't last forever. The pain will fade away. But first you need the courage to face another day. Life is not easy, but that is why you are here. We are all one of the chosen ones to bring back light through the fear. It is okay to cry. It is okay to scream. It is okay to hate while you're letting off steam. Time is an illusion which got mixed in with your delusion. We all see things differently, and that is okay with me. Acceptance is part of love. Our connections come from above. Uniqueness is cool. If you don't understand this, then you're a fool. It is okay to cry. It is okay to scream. It is okay to hate while you're letting off steam. I'm here to love everyone and that which created the pain. Because if I didn't use my time to love, then the darkness would make me insane. Life is a holographic illusion, one which we each create from within. Some belief patterns you were born with may believe to think this way is a sin. It is okay to cry. It is okay to scream. It is okay to hate while you're letting off steam. You are not the voices within your head. You are the light energy of your soul. To know this may change your beliefs. Feeling into this will make you whole.
Oh,
Well, that's
Very
nice.
cool.
that was
And you've got a song there.
Yeah,
You've got a
kinda got a song that
you
I
got a
just
chorus already.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
that,
love
Yeah.
that came through in 10 minutes. Like, that's how they work. I just suddenly like, and then I like read it back going, oh yeah, okay.
I just like how it's so raw and to the point as well. Like, I just like writing like that.
It's very, you can see how people, like if you could put it to a song as well, I think it'd make a really cool song.
Yeah,
It's a song to be made. Yeah.
that's it. There's always potential. That's what
Yeah.
life is. It's just all nothing potential. It just depends what we put action and energy towards creating.
It seems to me like it's. I mean, I know it wasn't intentional; it just came. But to me, it's a voice. You're speaking to people, and I heard that. I really did. I heard that the message, and the honesty about it, and it was raw and true. I loved it. Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Thank you for sharing. It's
Thank you.
Thank you for letting
Do you have
me.
any others like that at all?
Yeah, I got one more which came through on the same day. This one, when it came through, I got the title, it said could versus should. But my little boy at home, he wanted to change the name of this one, so I'm going to have to go with that. And he wants to call this one Singing Enchantress.
okay.
Cool.
The only thing we shouldn't do in this world is put expectations on other people. What could we do in our life? That's up to your imagination and depends on your conscious education. For everyone is different in so many ways. Your true potential in life may be covered in a haze. But once the dark clouds depart, that may become your perfect time to start. Life capabilities may be hidden within. Do your belief patterns believe what you are passionate about is a sin? Now is the time to let go of self-doubt and be brave enough to show the world what you are all about. For me, I was crippled with stage fright for a large part of my life. To even speak out aloud in class at school felt like being slashed with a knife. It is human nature to shy away from pain. I feared being judged, and I believed self-love was vain. I kept quiet while a storm brewed inside. I didn't know how to get it out. All I wanted to do was hide. My fear of being seen, my fear of being heard, all mixed within my self-hatred, and I just blended in with the herd. Safety was what I was after. I needed something to trust. So I travelled the world looking, but everything I touched turned to dust. It took a lot of pain and destruction to break down the world I made. It was worth all the effort to discover life is not about getting paid. Life is what we make of it. That expression is true to me. I have chosen to become a singer, and now it's your turn to decide who you'll be.
Very cool.
That's more inner. Like that's explaining more about you channeling towards someone. The other one was more of advice, you know.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I can totally relate to both of them. And yeah,
I like one of the lines on the second one was about comfort, and we were just talking about that earlier on with Alex about being in your comfort zone and not, you know, not venturing out into the world.
It's a very big thing. For me, I'm a Cancerian, so I'm very much in my shell a lot and just peek out at the world when I want to.
And you're very emotional, right? Too,
Oh,
eh?
naturally. Yeah.
I think a lot of musicians are very emotional. You have to be, don't you? Like you can't be.
But I'm a Sagittarius. Like people don't understand that I have that emotion, but yeah,
But you hide that emotion.
I hide it really well.
So these two poems that you've just read out to us, thank you so much for sharing. Is there a way that we can view them?
Actually,
Or will there be a possibility?
not at this point in time. I have one of them. The first one I actually did read a few months ago at a poetry. I don't know the name of it. I think it's Women Talking Fast or something like that. I can't remember one. Yeah, and that was recorded, and I've got it on my Facebook page under Awakening Enchantress. It's there. But other than that, yeah, I don't really do too much on Facebook or anything at this point in time. I'm very much just drop odd thing here and there.
Yeah.
Are you doing a Facebook thing for the shower music collaboration?
Yeah, I think
Tsunami, I do apologize. Get it right, Trish.
the shower situation.
That's how
For the tsunami.
It's the hot water going cold in the Scottish.
Yeah, no, that will definitely be something we'll set up to do. So we follow because we've got a few different ideas to like kind of branch this out and make it a big, fun kind of community thing. At the end of the day, it's just trying to make people feel better at home and get more.
I love that part. I love the fact that you've associated it with the shower though, because I don't sing. I mean, I know I'm surrounded by talented musical people here in the radio, but I don't sing. But I remember being a child and always making up my own songs and singing. And I love the idea that I can be part of this. And it doesn't matter if I sound a little bit rubbish. It is actually
It's all about taking part.
the taking part, the message, the empowerment. It's exciting. I love it, and anyone can do it.
And it's universal as well. Like music is one of the languages. It doesn't matter what language you speak. Music is, it connects people.
Oh, definitely.
I've already visioned the video clip.
Okay.
No,
Oh, yeah?
no, I'm a bit worried about that.
You don't want to hear it?
There
No.
there will be some. I've thought of some, but I'm curious about yours.
Well, you want a community thing, don't you?
Yeah.
So you can get the community involved. You can have a shower in the middle of the park, and you have people going in and out and just singing with the whole thing.
Idea.
Yeah. Can we also have hoses and water balloons and just,
Yeah.
Like, let's make this.
How about a slide too? Those
That'd be
water
cool.
slides that you just go off.
I love
Don't
it.
look at me like that, Sarah. I thought it was really funny.
No, I love it. But me, the ever practical ones going, right, risk assessment, this, that. Because that's me. I'm I'm the opposite. I'm really structured.
Someone might slip in the shower.
No, I love
Slip,
the fun of
slap.
it.
I was thinking about it. Bang.
Oh my gosh, I love fun. I love expression. But yeah, there's always that. So no, it wasn't about you. It was about me once.
Having your checklist.
Yep, having my checklist as I always do. So
That's why she loves us. She comes along and she goes, "Let's go for an improv," and she's going great. Like all the
Yeah.
questions, you know that.
no,
yeah.
I'm as nervous as heck though. Well, I'm completely
doing
out
great.
of water. But no, I am enjoying it.
Yeah, and it's always nice to have people that are so bubbly and intriguing as well. Like that good craziness that we have.
Oh, yeah. I own my craziness.
Yeah,
Like,
we have to let it out. We shouldn't keep it for ourselves.
totally.
Share,
Fish if we do.
share, and motivate people to share their own craziness too.
I think it's one of those kind of quirky ideas. I think that could take off. Like I was doing some research on Facebook the other day, and there's a Facebook page that's got like 1 billion followers, and it's all about ants, right? And when you join the Facebook group, you got to pretend that you're an ant in a colony, and it's what. And they don't say, "Oh, this terrible day." They said, "Oh, I'm looking for the queen ant," and they post as though they're ants. And I think that this has got that same kind of
The quirkiness to
what?
it.
You know,
Is it a video?
really-
Do you post a video doing that? I really want to see your video of doing the ant.
Well, we can work on that together. We can do a
I'd feel
remake of
ant
the Adam and the
comedy.
Ants. Stand and deliver. See if they'll accept that. We did a parody video a few weeks ago of the final countdown.
Okay.
So we're looking at maybe doing some more.
Yeah, we did the final lockdown.
Oh.
That's what it was called.
Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah. It's on YouTube. I'll send
It's
you
on
the link.
YouTube too. Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
check that out.
But yeah, there's so many quirky. Like another one that came out of COVID was, when people put their bins away. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw it.
Yes.
So it just absolutely
Yeah.
snowballed. They had millions of followers.
I've never
and
seen women in wedding dresses putting their bins out because they couldn't actually wear it to the wedding because it was
Yeah.
cancelled and that kind of thing.
I'm not getting. I didn't see it at all. So
I think they closed it down eventually because it just got too big. But it really took Australia by storm because it was in the very first few months of the pandemic and everyone was in proper lockdown, and they couldn't go out. So they were going, right, the only time I'm going out is to the bin. So I'm going to get dressed up, and all these pictures
now I get it.
of people dressed up in wedding outfits and different costumes, taking their bins out,
yeah,
and it became a thing.
And something I forgot to tell Alex before was when we all had these things in Greece where you couldn't go anywhere. That's when we all started walking and doing a lot of work. And I did 20K walks just so I can get out of the house. So yeah, I get it now.
Well,
Yeah.
This is kind of where this all came from too, because what can you do at home where you can actually release emotion and energy? And I know for myself, singing for me has been a massive savior in my life. I could literally say that if it wasn't for my, time of when I really needed something, I would just be able to like even go in the car and just sing and release something. It made the world of difference. And I learned a lot of people are stuck at home. Some people are too scared to sing around their partners or even their kids. And so that's where the vulnerability comes in for this idea, is just to go, well, why aren't we just being ourselves and expressing ourselves around, especially even the people that we live with at home, you know? So that's the first place that we should always feel comfortable. Everyone should feel that they're in their own sanctuary at home and feel comfortable. And if that's not the case you got at home, then you got to make some changes. And this, the first way is just to show the true side of you and your vulnerability side, and just start singing around the house. No one's going to tell you off for singing, even if you, well, who knows? I don't know your household. But
They might tell you off, but that's the word that we need here is like acceptance.
Acceptance is
Right.
love,
So
yes.
they've got to accept us with all our faults and flaws and everything. Whether we sing good or not, that's
It's called unconditional love. And
Yeah.
it's like, if people don't love me because I can't sing and I still sing it in your face, well, then you don't love all of me.
yeah.
Very cool.
Must be time for a song just about.
I
and
th-
I think
yeah,
We've
I think
talked about
there's
all
a-
this
I think
singing
there's a
in the
nice cue there.
shower and
Look, I'm gonna put a song that I like really well. Who Can It Be Now?
eh.
Men at Work.